So let's just quickly go through the eulogy method, which is I have a written account of what I'd like different people to say at my funeral. This helps align my daily actions with my values. But basically, the visualization here is you want to take 10-15 minutes, put on some nice serene background music, and imagine yourself living to the age of 100 in great physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. You get the chance to observe your funeral from above. Imagine the people closest to you speaking about your life. What would you want them to say? What would you want your closest family members, spouse, children, siblings, parents to say about how you showed up in their lives? What would your closest friends say about the quality of your friendship and the memories you created together? What would your colleagues say about your contributions to your field? And what would your community members say about your involvement and impact? And we are going to be writing our own eulogy. Eulogy is a speech that someone gives at your funeral. So you've died at 100, you're at your funeral, someone's giving a speech. What are they saying? This is what we're going to be writing down. This is one of the fingers that points towards what we really value in life. Here are some prompts. Today, we gather to honor the life and legacy of ... Insert your name. Ali was a ... Complete the sentence. In his or her personal life, he or she, change the pronouns as you like. In your personal life, you ... Those closest to you remember you as ... In your professional life, you ... Your work will be remembered for its contribution to what? You were an inspiration to others because what? The story of your life teaches us that you'll always be remembered as someone who lived with ... And if you were here with us today, you would remind us that what? This is going to be a little bit of a longer one. I'm going to give you 7 minutes for this exercise. You can write whatever eulogy you want, but here are some prompts if they are helpful. All right, so congratulations, everyone. Well done for doing this little reflection-y exercise. Again, just to reiterate, it's worth keeping in mind that an exercise like this is merely the finger that is trying to point at something. If you genuinely ask yourself what you would want people to say at your funeral, it generally leads to some sort of emotional response around either a recognition that, you know what, actually, the stuff I'm doing today is very aligned with that future that I would like to live. But more often than not, there are certain areas of our life where we recognize that, I am maybe not on the trajectory towards that future that I really want. I'm not on the trajectory towards what I would want people to say at my funeral when I die in healthy age, at the ripe old age of 100. And that is a good chance for us to reflect and to change something about the way that we are currently living our life. I've done this exercise with various different crowds. Usually, one thing usually people kind of realize that, like, depending on the crowd, if it's a crowd of entrepreneurs, they all basically realize that they're spending way too much time on work and not enough time on their relationships. That tends to be the thing. Way too much time on work, not enough time on relationships. If it's not entrepreneurs in the crowd, who are kind of almost by definition doing their own thing, then often in my experience, it's like, for students and for people in certain kinds of jobs, like a lot of us are in jobs that we don't necessarily find fulfilling and that don't necessarily work towards the impact we'd like to have. And that can be a difficult realization. Because obviously we need to work to make money, and the pursuit of like financial security can get in the way of us actually feeling fulfilled in our jobs, moving towards a direction that we actually want to be working towards. It's different for different people. You guys saw, based on the survey that we've done up to like several thousand people from all around the world, big things come up. Generally, it seems like for us collectively, we want to be less scared. Fear, self-doubt, all of this stuff is fear sabotaging us and getting in the way of our dreams. We want to procrastinate less. We want to stop overthinking, stop worrying, stop stressing, because when you're confronted with the shortness of life, which you can sort of artificially do with an exercise like this, when you're confronted with that shortness of life, it's like, well, what's the point of worrying? What's the point of stressing? It's like, we want to take action. We want to live. We want to move towards the stuff that really matters to us. Not just in our work, but also with our health, also with our relationships, also with our growth, also with our hobbies, whatever that might be. So well done for reflecting on that. The homework here is the same as before, which is to continue reflecting on it and generating action points for 2025 based on what your eulogy says, what you would like your eulogy to say. And if you engage with this, if you truly engage with this, I guarantee you will come to some life-changing realizations. Because generally the realizations that change your life are the ones that come from within. They're not like you watch some YouTube video and Ali Abdal tells you, hey, you should start using a calendar. That tends not to really be a realization that changes anyone's life. But in my experience, from the experience of most people I've spoken to in this sphere, it's like when we can come to some sort of conclusion by ourselves, and that's why I love journaling prompts. I love thinking about these big questions every now and then, about once a quarter. It can genuinely change the trajectory of our lives. And so I'm hoping that for some of you, maybe you've got some realizations that you're like, man, if I actually acted on this, it could genuinely change my life. This is not advice you've gotten from some sort of guru who's telling you what to do. I have no agenda here. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, hey, you're looking within to understand what you would want people to say at your funeral. And that gives you some indication of maybe what areas of your life that are aligned and areas of your life that are less aligned. So thank you very much for doing that exercise and for engaging with it so well. Really appreciate it. And I hope you got some value out of it.